This video series is about government-sponsored savings plans, government-registered savings plans, however you want to say it. So the first one I'd like to talk about is the one that's probably best known to all of us, which is registered retirement savings plans. Now, registered retirement savings plans basically allow you to make a deposit this year. The amount that you can deposit is set by the government, and it does change every year. And they're trying to give you an incentive to save for your own retirement, so that when you quit working, you will have some wealth that will continue to provide you with some income, so that primarily you take responsibility for taking care of yourself, so the government doesn't find itself in having to worry about all kinds of retired people that don't have any income and looking for some support from the government. So those plans, they've got a great goal to them. They are certainly a very important issue in that I do have to save for my retirement, and now I've got a place that's focused on that to put my money. So those are all very good things. But again, what I always want you to be mindful of is it's about taxation. And the incentive that's supposed to be there in RRSPs is that we will allow you to put money away today, and then when you're not working, you would take it out. Now, the only way you would win from a taxation point of view is if when you take it out, your tax rate is no higher than what it is today, or it is lower than what it is today. And the original design of those plans actually anticipated that that would be the situation, that while I'm earning money, I'm paying more taxes than I am in retirement when my income has come down and I'm now withdrawing money from my RRSPs and supporting myself in retirement. So if you think about it, for me to gain the greatest advantage from these plans, then I need to fit what the model was intending. And the model was intending that I would have high income now and lower income later. Well, that's not always the case. And I think we don't sometimes stop to examine our own personal situation enough, because we think that since this plan was put in place and I get a great upfront benefit by getting a refund, that obviously it's good for me. And if things are good for me, why am I spending a lot of times evaluating whether they're good or bad? I mean, these things are good for me is a natural assumption. But really, when you look at all across the spectrum of possible incomes at retirement for people, and there's also a big spectrum of what kind of income I'm earning while I'm working, it's not always good for you. And so it's better for some than others, and for others it's actually not good at all. So the real issue around these registered retirement savings plans is that I have to fit them into my environment. I have to fit them into my tax situation. And so I have to look at my own situation very, very clearly, and to get full advantage of these plans. So this always leads us back to why we do financial planning in the first place. But it's really about understanding what my own tax situation is, because these plans are all about taxes. And how can I possibly take advantage of a plan that's all about taxes if I don't understand what my own personal tax situation is? And like I said, everybody's got a different situation, and these plans are not for everybody. I've written often about this, that every January when we hear all the ads for the RRSPs that the mutual fund companies have trotted out year after year after year, I'm convinced that my paper boy needs a registered retirement savings plan if he was old enough to have one. But not true. He could well be hurt by the fact that he would start an RRSP and use the room when he's making money that's not taxed at all. So if you're in a very low tax bracket, or maybe a no tax bracket, putting money in your RRSP is going to have the result of taking money that you paid no taxes on now and have you pay taxes when you take it out. I'm not sure that's a good idea for anybody. And and sure, we can argue, well, who would do that? Well, there's lots of people who do that because the impression you get from this, from all the literature that's coming at you throughout the year is that these are good for everybody, and not true. So with RRSPs, you need to be careful about how you use them in your own environment.